In the tool truck business, there are a few things that keep a tool guy like myself highly motivated, and one of them is getting really good deals on used toolboxes and tool carts, because they always sell. As long as we can keep the pricing where it's going to be very attractive, we never have a box or cart for very long on the truck, especially when we can work a consignment deal with a seller, where we negotiate how much money the seller gets paid when we sell the box or the cart, and we'll take care of all the advertising, the marketing, we'll work out all the negotiation with the buyer, and then we do all the financing as well. So it works out very well for all parties involved, especially when we can keep the pricing attractive where everyone is happy with the end result. Now, there was one particular cart I had kind of been jonesing over for a long time from when I first saw it, and the guy I know who owns one had decided that after he paid off his loan, he was going to sell the cart for a lot of different reasons, but the long and short of it is, I've got the cart now, we're going to sell it on consignment, and I am stoked to show you a brand used Cornwell 6-drawer power drawer cart. All right, first off, let's go over the dimensions because I measured them, and before I forget them, I'll let you know what they are. The cart is 46 inches wide, 45 inches high, 20 inches deep. The top drawer is 2.5 inches. The next two drawers are 3.5 inches. Next to the bottom is a 5.5, and then the very bottom is an 8.5 inch drawer. It's got a 9-inch deep storage compartment in the top, and it has a shallow tray that you can use for putting smaller items like a laptop or a tablet, or plug your phone in and power them up in the drawer by using the 4 AC port power strip, and also has 2 USB power ports as well. In the right side are holes for storing long items like pry bars and extensions and things. The nice thing about the way they designed the top is this is so deep that it'll accommodate the long handles on pry bars, and then when you look at the holes on the side to accommodate them, the 3 in the middle have 3 holes that correspond on the very bottom. So even if you had an extra long pry bar that would extend below the bottom of the cart, this one will handle it as well. Each drawer is 29 inches wide. Cornwell does not publish a rating on the capacity of the slides, so I can't tell you for sure what these are, but by looking at them, they look like 70-pound slides to me. So the drawers that have 2 slides would have a capacity of 150, and the 2 deep bottom drawers have double slides on them, so I'm guessing they'd have a capacity of 300 pounds. Like every good carton box, this one has full extension drawers, so the back of the drawer comes out to be flush with the front of the box, which means you get a most efficient use of your space, because as you put tools in drawers, unless you're impeccably organized, and some guys are, maybe you are, but you tend to lose the smaller, rounder tools to the back of the drawer in a box. And if you don't have a box or cart that has a full extension drawer, let's say the drawers only come out this far, you're going to lose a couple of inches to the box. And what happens is then you don't have a a sight line to the back of the drawer, and any tools that get stuck way back there, you're gonna have to fish around for and go in blind. And it's inefficient. You are gonna spend extra time looking for tools, and efficiency is key in this business. So the less time you take finding your tools is more time you get using your tools and making money using those tools. And you might even think you lost something, you buy its replacement, come to find, no, you didn't lose it. So organization is really important, and this drawer design is going to help out with that a lot. And it's like any other good box or cart on the market. So make sure that when you're looking for something for yourself, just check those drawers. Make sure they open all the way and that you get full extension on them. Every good drawer system in a box or cart has some kind of latch. Cornwell on this cart doesn't have a latch per se. What it has is a detented slide. So you got to give it a little extra push at the end there, and then it doesn't pull open until you give it a good pull, and then it opens smoothly the rest of the way. Compare that to Matco, which has a little adjustable plastic latch and a thumb turn so you can adjust the height on it as it wears. Snap-on, of course, has that slidey plastic thing underneath. On their Epic Series boxes and carts, they have a latch that is hinged and folds out of the way. Extreme has a very good all-metal pivoting latch system, as well as Sunex on their carts. I think Mac and Cornwell are the ones on some of their boxes and carts anyway that have detents. I'm not as big a fan of the detent system as I am with something that latches a little more positively like those other manufacturers that I mentioned, because there are a few things on a box or cart that are more important than the security of the drawers. The reason those are so important is because if you don't have a good latch or no latch at all, as you move the box or cart around, or even if you don't, maybe it's just not completely level, those drawers can work their way open. When they work their way open, there's going to be a lot of weight in there, and they're going to come forward on their own. And when they do, you have a lot of weight that's now off center in the cart. And if enough drawers open, you're going to tip the cart or the box right over. If this thing tips over full of tools, it's going to break the box. You're going to break or lose some tools, and you or somebody else may very well get hurt. So always make sure that any kind of cart or box you buy has a substantial latching system, one that's not going to wear out over time, or that's going to hold strong so that it does prevent that from opening. So I'm not the biggest fan of the detent system. Having said that, I'll say this. I really don't see them wear out that much. I have seen a few that wear over time. But I think this Cornwell cart, if I'm not mistaken, is manufactured by Kennedy. And Kennedy has been an outstanding box and cart manufacturer for many years. Cornwell used to have their stuff manufactured by Waterloo until Stanley Black & Decker bought Waterloo. And because Stanley is a parent company of Mac, that changed the relationship that Cornwell had, and Cornwell decided then they were going to go change their manufacturer. So Cornwell's now manufactured by Kennedy, which I believe is the manufacturer of this cart, and then the Mac items are manufactured by Waterloo. There's Mary. There she goes. I don't know what I'm doing on this video. Is it clear? I've completely lost focus, and I no longer have a direction. Hang with me. We'll get through it. I promise. There's not that much more to look at. Now, the what's that French term? Pièce de résistance. If you're French or you know French, tell me what that means. I hope I didn't just cuss in French. I don't know. I think it's good, and I think that's what this is. This is the power drawer, and when you open this bad boy, you've got 5 storage compartments for power tools, whether they be air tools or cordless, and then it has some compartments in the bottom for batteries, and below that is a tray that you can put chargers and batteries in, and then a pass-through for the power strip below. And you can plug in 4 AC cords there, or 2 USB cords, and 2 USB cords. And then the tray for bulkier items, chargers, more batteries, and the like. Let's go underneath. They've got 5-inch casters on this thing. The 2 rear casters are fixed, and the other 2 pivot and have a lock on them. Like all good construction on carts and boxes, these casters are bolted directly to the frame, and that's what you want to see. And the framing members on this are also typical of what you find on carts of this quality, and that they're fully boxed out. They run side to side. There is no framing member runs front to back, but on a cart this size you really don't need them. And the handle is properly mounted on the side of the cart with the swivel casters. Now, who is this cart best suited for? It's a big cart, but it doesn't have so much space. That would be a ridiculous cart for a new guy, but it is pricey. The list price new is $27.95, and this one is such good condition, I can't sell it for a whole lot less than that, because the seller wants to get as much as he can get from it, and I have to make some money when I sell it, so it's going to be expensive to buy even used. You can still get very good deals on carts and boxes on the used market that don't have all the features this one has, and you can also get really good deals on US General carts from Harbor Freight, and I recommend those to new guys just getting into the field. But if you're someone who has been working for a while, say a year or so, you know for a fact that you're going to commit to this industry for your career for at least a foreseeable future, or you need a really nice augmentation to your existing storage, this cart is a terrific option because it has a lot of nice features that you only see in top grade boxes. Now, there are some things I wish they did a little bit different in this. I wish it was a little bit deeper. At 20 inches, they really could afford to put, say, another 4 inches depth on this thing to make it a little more useful, and I wish they put 4 swivel casters on it instead of having the 2 fixed ones. The other thing is this. The drawer widths here are kind of limiting. You can't put long tools in there, but they make up for that in 2 ways. One of them is putting the extra long exterior storage for your pry bars on the side and allowing them to extend below the bottom of the box. And the other is you're not going to be keeping bulky tools like your power tools in these drawers, because that's what the power drawer is for. So hopefully you're saving some space that way as well. So there's some give and there's some take in this box. Ultimately, it's a terrific design and it's a quality build. Whether or not it's the right one for you is something that only you can answer, but just know that there are some things to consider with this cart that you don't see in your regular, everyday, run-of-the-mill carts. I think Cornwell nailed the design with this. I love the build quality, and just remains to be seen from your perspective whether or not it's right for you. Now, I know this cart will not last long, because before I put it on the truck, I had already been talking it up with some people who I knew would be interested, and then when it did get on the truck, I had a couple of guys who had already fielded some serious offers right away. So all that's left to do now is negotiate the final terms of a deal and see which one comes out on top, and then this cart is sold. Now, in the future, we've got some fantastic videos coming up, because we're trying some new video formats, including our vlog segment, our ratcheted up segment where we sit down and have conversations and interviews with some extremely interesting people, and also our favorite tools in the haul segments too. So do me a favor, click down here now to subscribe so that you don't miss any of it. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, use a tool. Don't be one.